Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Daisha. Come cook dinner with me, come watch me make dinner for my family. Tonight I'm gonna be making something simple, something fast, something good, but something that's gonna take less than no time. So I'm gonna be making some spaghetti with some Cajun lemon peppercorn, also with some cinnamon rolls. Now I usually do garlic bread, but I don't have any. So let's go ahead and get started. So for my spaghetti, I'm going to be using green bell pepper, onion, sausage. I'm using Hillshire smoked sausage. You can use whatever sausage you like. Of course, my spaghetti noodles, salt, Prego traditional sauce, Italian seasoning, smoked paprika, ground black pepper, seasoning, salt, Prego marinara sauce. Of course, my ground beef, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of sugar, and olive oil because I believe that sugar goes in spaghetti. For my corn, I'm using Cajun seasoning, lemon pepper seasoning, a little bit of cayenne pepper, butter, and of course my corn on the cob. And I'm also using a little bit of sugar in my corn. For my cinnamon rolls, I'm going to be using powdered sugar, of course my cinnamon rolls, heavy cream, ground cinnamon, and I'm also going to be using vanilla extract. Now with the cinnamon rolls, I usually add a little bit of nutmeg to it, but I don't have any more. And y'all probably seen these viral cinnamon rolls on TikTok. Ever since I started making them that way, I love them. Okay, they're so good. So I'm probably gonna be using a few other ingredients. I think I said everything though. Yeah, I think I said everything. I may use black pepper in my corn, but you all will see. And if there's anything that I'll be like, oh, I forgot, and then I added into it, you know, it was an honest mistake that I didn't mention it. But here is everything, and let's go ahead and get started. So first, I'm going to be adding some water to my pot and go ahead and boil my noodles. So I went on to add a piece of butter to my water, just a drop of olive oil, and a little bit of salt. I'm going to go ahead and let it come to a boil, then I'm going to add my spaghetti noodles. And for this ground beef, I'm going to go ahead and rinse my ground beef off. So I've already rinsed my ground beef off. Y'all, my stove is clean, okay? It's just before I learned the proper way of cleaning the stove, which I had the stove years ago, I didn't really know how to clean it, so I scratched it and it's time for a new one. But my stove is clean. But that's beside the point. So y'all know I'm an eye seasoner. So I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit of Italian seasoning across my ground beef. I like to season it as it's cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit of onion powder. You can use as much onion powder and garlic powder as you like. I'm going to use just a tad bit of seasoning salt, not much, just a tiny bit. And depending on the brand of seasoning salt, some seasoning salt is very salty, just use a little bit, and a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm also going to go ahead and add just a little bit of olive oil to it. And let's get this meat to cooking. So we're gonna cook it until it's brown throughout, like the whole thing is brown, okay? So now that my ground beef has been cooking on medium for about 10 minutes and is now brown, I'm gonna go ahead and drain this grease off of it. And my water for my noodles are coming to a boil, so I'm gonna add my spaghetti noodles also. So next, I've drained my ground beef. I'm going to go ahead and add my peppers, my onion, and my sausage. We're going to cook this on medium until the veggies are softer. So my spaghetti noodles are now boiling. I had the pot size spaghetti and I needed a little more because I didn't have enough. So I had to get like the regular length of spaghetti. And then I did end up broken some of them in half. I know some people don't do that, they don't like that, but I had to do what I had to do. So about 10 minutes later, this is how my ground beef, my sausage, and my veggies are looking. I did end up adding more ground beef because I was like, you know what? My kids carry lunch to school, and I know they're going to want to carry spaghetti. Let me add a little more. So here's how it looks. And even though I do not measure, I cook often, and I'm not saying that people who don't cook often can't do this. But I kind of like know how much seasoning to add, and I also taste my food as I cook just to know whether I should add more of something. That's why you always start off with a little bit of seasoning, and then you kind of like just go with the flow after that. Like taste it and see what you're missing or what you need to add. Also, don't forget to stir your pasta. Make sure it's not sticking. Although I use a little bit of butter and olive oil, I still like to stir my pasta. So now it's time for me to go ahead and add my traditional sauce as well as my marinara sauce. I know some people probably wonder, what's the purpose of both? But it's just my preference and what I like to do. And I'm also going to add a little bit of ketchup. And y'all, I know it's all tomato, but ketchup is a little sweeter, and I feel like it gives it more flavor, so that's why I add ketchup. I'll go ahead and give that a good mix. Just sprinkle a dab of paprika and 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm also going to go ahead and add just a tiny bit of seasoning salt. I'm going to go ahead and give this a good stir. Then we're going to let it simmer for 10 minutes. My pasta noodle is done. I had them cook it for about 12 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and drain those also. Alright, so now that my pasta is drained, my meat has simmered in the sauce for a few, I'm going to go ahead and dump my meat into my pasta noodles. Do y'all mix y'all spaghetti, or do y'all just like put the pasta on top of y'all meat? How y'all do y'all spaghetti? Because I always mix mine. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a good mix. So here's how our spaghetti is looking. I'm gonna cover it with the lid, and I'm just gonna put it on low or simmer until I'm done with everything else. So I do apologize if I had gotten lower. My microphones went dead, but I have rinsed my corn, and I'm going to be boiling some of them because my kids don't want the Cajun corn, they want regular corn. So I rinsed my corn. I'm going to go ahead and place it inside of my air fryer. And I want to air fry these on 400 degrees for about 12 minutes. So now that we have our corn in the air fryer, I want to go ahead and get started on my cinnamon rolls. Spray the bottom of my baking dish with cooking spray. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my cinnamon rolls. They're going to get like really big, bigger than what they are, not too big. And I don't. Then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little more cinnamon on top of them. Then let's go ahead and add some heavy cream. Then we're going to add just a little bit of vanilla extract. I know most of the recipes is different. And then this, but I like mine this way. You can do it however you want. They'll pretty much taste the same. So I have my oven preheating already on 400 degrees. So I wrapped it with aluminum foil already. So I'm pretty much going to put them in the oven on 400 degrees. And I'm going to cook them until all the heavy cream is gone. So now for my icing for my cinnamon rolls. I got a little bit of butter that I melted halfway. And I'm just going to go ahead and scoop the icing that come with the cinnamon rolls. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that in here. Next, I'm going to add just a tad bit of vanilla extract. Just a tiny bit of heavy cream, just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to add some powdered sugar. Now we're going to give everything a mix. So there's our icing for our cinnamon rolls once they come out. I'm going to set that to the side. So for my corn, we're going to take a piece of butter. We're going to melt this butter. So now we're going to add some lemon pepper. I like a lot of lemon pepper. We're going to add just a little bit of Cajun seasoning. My daughter don't like hers too hot. She really don't like spicy food, so it surprised me that she actually like this. And just a little bit, a tad bit of cayenne pepper. Then we're going to give that a stir. Then we're going to add our corn to it. And I can't forget just a little bit of sugar. Not much, just a little tiny bit. And let's shake it up. And here is how it looks. I didn't have it all in the camera, so here's how it looks. Y'all, this corn is so good. So about 10 minutes later, this is how my cinnamon rolls are looking. And as you can see, ooh, it's hot in here. But as you can see, all of the heavy cream is almost gone. So I'm going to leave it uncovered for about another maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, no more than 10. And let's see if it's done. So we're just going to spread our icing all over. And plus, y'all, we had to like mix up that icing with some heavy cream and some powdered sugar, because that little bit of icing that comes in the packet, y'all, is never enough. But make sure y'all don't apply the icing until your cinnamon rolls have cooled down. Yeah, food smells so good. And notice I said come cook with me, you know, watch me cook for my family. I didn't say I was gonna do like a recipe, like drop it, like the measurements and stuff like that. But I will start like measuring to give recipes like better. Some things I can tell you like, okay, I've used, let's say 2 teaspoons of this, 3 teaspoons of that. Some things I can, but because a lot of things that I cook, I just know I don't measure. I'm more of an eyeball measure. And because, you know, I also say I taste my food as I cook. Baby shark? Okay. So I also told y'all that I taste my food as I cook. I can tell you what I put in it, but like, you know, but I'm going to get that together. Here is a finishing results of everything. The spaghetti looks so meaty and so delicious. The corn looks so juicy, and the cinnamon rolls, they look like they're just so moist and sweet.
listen, y'all, this spaghetti is really good. I messed up my shirt while I was cooking. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed my videos. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share, comment, something positive, subscribe. Thank you for all my new and returning views and subscribers. As always, see y'all in the next video.